Well, finally got a new tank for the Pontiac. First off, it's not an actual Pontiac tank, and what I ended up going with was, it's an OER. It came with the matching sending unit right there, also OER, comes with it. Both of these together were $219 shipped. And after constant looking through forums and whatnot, this is the alternative to get, because the 66 Pontiac ones just are never in stock. And everybody said, you get this one, it fits a 65/66 Impala, Biscayne, Chevy, basically. And this is the one you got to go with. The only limitation on this tank is it's a 20 gallon as opposed to the 26 that Pontiac makes. In addition, this one is wider in this direction and it's not as long, but it's got a longer filler neck, so I'll make it work. But to shorten the width, the flanges on the side that you see, you got some of them, they're pounded back. I'm going to pound back that whole side and hopefully gain myself 2 inches shorter in the width area, and hopefully that'll squeeze in. I also was under the car looking, and it looks like my exhaust is a little tight on both sides, so I'm probably going to have to relocate the exhaust to go like another inch or an inch and a half, 2 inches, a little wider, so it fits right. So yeah, I got to modify some things here, maybe move the exhaust. I'm going to mock it up in the car, and then I'm going to order straps, because I'm going to not use the original ones for a Pontiac. They're probably too long, smaller capacity. So, okay, underneath the car now, you'll see I routed the exhaust to where it's going that way more. So when it comes over the axle, I had to loosen that clamp right there, and then there's one further back, and then obviously this hanger right here. So when I loosened them, I was able to take this part right here and shift it towards this way, which then made this elbow guide outward. So now it's able to, I gained myself like 3 inches across, and I've already mocked the tank up and measured for my straps. So I think we're gonna make it here. But this was a close, tight fit for that tank. But see, the problem is that Chevys, once they go over the axle, they route just behind the wheel. They come out there. And Pontiacs go all the way to the back of the car. So, hey, we got to squeeze it in, and I think it'll fit. It'll just fit. But it's going to be close. Okay, now I got the tank here, and these are those, I got a whole sheet of this. It's like 20 by 20, but it's a rubber, it's butyl, and I just cut my own sizes, my own strips here, and I'm going to just tack these in with a little bit of like, even like weather strip, Permatex or something. But they go there, and this one will go here. So that's how they'll be, sort of. Okay, I got these guys all glued in now with some adhesive, and they're looking good, both of them. They're in there, they're real nice and tight. They're not going anywhere. Okay, went back to Jegs, got these guys. These are 45-inch long straps. They're all stainless steel. They look nicer. They're pre-bent, but I'm still gonna probably need to alter some things here. Also this, I think right here on the top, this width right here is a little bit wider than the original strap, so I'll probably have to take a little stock off the sides and just close that in a little bit, shorten it. But aside from that, and then I got some more 5/16 rubber hose with that last order, and some clamps. So let's see if these will go in. Hopefully they will. Okay, I ground down the sides here, made it narrower. You can see how much wider it is. Same way here. The width is the same on both straps, but this narrows way down right here. And it really didn't even fit up in the car all that well. It just hooked, and you hope for dear life it stayed on. This right here, with the bolt now, and we can lock it down and tighten it good, it's on the car. It's not coming off unless it tears the whole floor apart, right? So yeah, I think we're going to be fine with this. Let's go ahead and get them both mocked in the car, and then we can start working on the butyl for it and getting that protective rubber on there. So moving on. Well, the tank is in. Straps are working, doing as they should. I still got to just connect up all the sending unit and hoses and things like that, the ground, so that the gauge on the dashboard will work. But we just barely got it to squeeze in, but it's in, it's strapped, it's not going anywhere. The straps are holding, and nice new tank and new straps. Good to go. Soaking in this Tupperware is some vinegar, white vinegar, and my gas cap. And you can't see it through there, but it's the vent tube. Those are getting soaked in there to get any little rust off there, restoring those up. They were coated pretty bad with rust, especially that cap was. Barely can make it out in there, but it's looking cleaner. And then we'll go ahead and neutralize that with some soap and water, and then probably spray a little parts cleaner on them. But yeah, little side project there. Here I restored up and shot some single stage on the old gas cap that I restored, and I went with gray to match the tank. Main thing was we salvaged the original non-vented cap. You know, saved myself about 25 bucks right there, but whatever, it's original to the car and it's restored, so good. So yeah, the gas cap fits on there nice on the new neck. Ran the vent tube. Again, all the straps are in. All the wiring for the sending unit. All the fuel line. Went over all that. And so we're pretty much done. The tank is done. And it's a matter of putting some gas in it and starting the car down the road here. Got a new fuel filter. I wanted a see-through one just to get the initial going. I'm eventually going to change that out to a standard AC one, but I just wanted to get the car going with that one. Ran new lines and oiled up some of the linkages there. Cleaned this guy up. You can see the original light blue metallic was what's on these. That's why this orange, why they did that. Who knows? The car's supposed to be like light blue. You can see the other, let me come around here. You can see the real color of the car, or the block. It was supposed to be that blue. It's the metallic blue, not the eggshell. But it's metallic, but it's tough to tell from that picture. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get some good oil in it. Change those gaskets. Those valve covers were leaking bad, so, and change the hoses, all that fun stuff. So, yep. Okay, here's my next thing. We got some liquids here. First, gonna put some oil in it, change the oil in the car, so I'm going with the Rotella T4, going with a 15W40. I want a thicker oil in the car, and I'm going to use some zinc additive here, STP zinc additive. That'll be good for my flat tappets. And then we're going to go with completely flush out all the old radiator coolant. Got to get rid of it. Got some distilled water. Going to go ahead and flush it out. Use some of this right here. Prestone Total Cleaner System. Total cooling system cleaner. Yeah. And then we got all new heater hoses, clamps, another trip to Jegs, and then here at Ames I actually bought the actual real deal lower and upper radiator hoses. Got this one for the bottom hose. Got another thermostat and another thermostat gasket. So let's go ahead and get everything all new hoses, new oil, new coolant, and we fire this thing up. Well, here's the issue I've been finding with this lower radiator hose on my particular car. This is the wrong hose. What it is the way this comes down, this bottom hose, it needs to have more of a hard angle like this. Now this is my old original for the top. Now the problem is that the ID on this is 1 3/4, but the one that's supposed to go on the car is 1.5 inch. So I bought this. So you've got the larger diameter, or ID, for the hose that's here, and then it needs to go down to a smaller hose at the radiator. And if you look at the way this is, see how it's angled like that? Well, apparently that's how it's supposed to be. So it needs to have a smaller diameter and a hard angle, and then go into this where it will meet it, like there, right where the two are touching. And then you'll have to cut it and use this fella right here, this coupler. And you have to custom make the lower hose for it. It's plain and simple here. So this is my original top one that has a hard bend that I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter. Cut all this area right here. Cut that away to about where my thumb is. And then I've got this right here that can go in and meet. And I'll probably cut it like right here. Use the coupler to join this so that this end will go to the water pump. It's a strange hose, and I know my radiator is original of the car, so therefore I have to custom make a hose for the lower, and will always have to do that because nobody makes them. I saw some stuff online. They said that, oh yeah, Rock Auto, maybe they made one. I looked at it. It's the same as this one. So people got their information wrong, and it's one of those things. When you're on the car, you're working on it, you finally discover, oh, that's not going to work. Because if I try to make this guy fit, it's going to be putting all kinds of stress on the bottom of the brass radiator. We don't want to do that. We want something that fits it right. So we'll custom make one. And I'll show you on the car real quick here. So where this is at, it has to do an angle and then come back a little bit and then go up to the water pump. It's not just it's just not a curve like this, because it would place, if I use that hose, it's going to want to put it right here instead of over here, and it'll be too hard of a bend putting stress on this, and I don't want to put stress on that, right? So yep, special hose is needing to be made. So that's that. We'll make a hose. Okay, one custom hose. You can see right there. Here's the coupler. Hopefully there's no leaks, and we got it down all the way to that bend right there. So hopefully there's no leaks, but we'll be testing it soon enough.